Alex Jones soundboard is something that you really, really have to hear.
Yeah.
It's quite delightful.
Yeah.
And the best thing about doing stuff on Patreon is that we just go right now.
I see.
And
You
just
did.
get it going.
Are we going?
See what
We're
you did.
going.
We are
Cody.
going. Shit.
Yeah.
I did not
See?
prepare myself.
So you just cracked the beers on.
Yeah.
I haven't even cracked it
Everything?
yet.
No,
but
let me get
I'm
that
not
for
really
you.
supposed to be
The
drinking.
beer
this, but I
cracking
wanna-
sound effect is like if
Oh.
I'm on a non-drinking day, which is how you know you have a problem when you divide your days into. Oh well, I'm having a non-drinking day today.
This isn't going to be a good one.
I could take a
Thank you.
non-drinking day, and if I hear like the crack of a beer, or more importantly, the pour of a beer into a glass, like the
Gotcha.
like
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can have,
Well,
I can have 9.
I think one of the greatest sound effects in a movie is in Django when Christoph Waltz starts pouring in the beer and then he swipes it off.
Yeah.
Just something, and then him clinking on the
it's
side of the
good.
mug. It's delightful.
Yeah,
It's quite delightful.
Sound effects underrated.
Yeah.
And that should be a Schmodown category.
Ooh.
Is you just play like sound effects that
See,
are happening?
The one thing that I've learned, if you got a good idea about Schmodown, you keep it to yourself.
Keep no.
Yeah,
Okay.
just keep it to, because I remember we talked about like doing scores where we brought out like headphones and stuff.
Yeah.
It would just up. I mean, it's not a bad idea, and
I
I'm
had
sure
it
at
set
some
up.
point,
I
I'm
had
sure
it
at
ready.
some we do have the setup.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point it's going to happen, but
Okay, let's not let everybody know that you have that ready to go. And I'll tell you why. It's
He doesn't
because
listen to the show.
you just think about how everybody who's a competitor, they cease to be a human being and they just turn into a primal animal once they get onto set.
Oh,
they
yeah.
bang stuff, they yell stuff, they
Throw
just
ticket stubs in the air.
bash the
Yeah.
microphone,
Yeah.
taking their shirts off, spraying champagne everywhere. You incorporate the fact that some people might need to put headphones on or off in that situation.
That's true.
I guess you could just play it in the studio,
yeah.
which okay.
Then they'd be yelling at people to shut up, though.
Yeah.
shut
Yeah.
up, let me
Yeah,
hear this. And
that should be a part of the like if people are still talking.
That's
If
true.
you've noticed, like when I announced the last couple of matches, the ones that I've called, like if they're not done talking, but I'm
Yeah.
ready to read the question,
Yeah.
the question's getting read.
Oh yeah. For
Like
sure.
it's
That's
happening.
on
They're
you.
like, wait, I didn't.
Because we get the regulars,
Yeah.
we get the regulars that come in and watch the Schmodowns every week, and they should
Yeah.
know by then, Sam
Yeah.
Levine.
Yeah.
To keep your damn mouth shut. We get it. You know the answer.
No, I'm talking about the idiots on the stage.
Oh yeah,
that
that's
are,
what I meant
you
too.
know,
Yeah, when he's on the stage. Yeah.
But
the
seriously,
quips.
Levine,
seriously,
keep your shirt
Yeah,
on,
he's
man.
a fan.
he's a fan of the show, by the way.
Levine is.
He's never heard of
not.
us.
Oh, okay.
He has no
I met
idea
him
what
like
this is.
6 times, like over again.
You could get him in, I think.
Yeah, no,
I
he's a
think
really
you-
cool guy. Yeah.
Being at this apartment takes away some of the reservations, hesitations I think some people might have
Oh,
about doing a
right.
broadcast.
did you have any reservations?
I don't know. I mean, anytime somebody works under you, you're just like where do you go at night?
I
Like,
mean-
is there just like some sort of like you just sleep under a freeway?
Yeah,
Like what do
yeah.
people
You
do?
gotta go to your parents' house. Like, what's going
Like,
on there?
Christian will
you
give a
know?
shit for not eating our greens, and then the other day I brought some leftovers, had some chicken, some noodles, and some greens, and he's like, oh, okay. So
Meanwhile,
see,
I had Taco Bell that day.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's
Oh, yeah.
greens. You
He's
had some
not-
lettuce in there
Oh,
too.
yeah.
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 And it's like sometimes
Yeah.
we can surprise you.
I had Bell for the first time.
I
in,
love that you call it Bell, by the way.
Yeah. I had some T-Bell for the
You went
first
to the
time.
Bell the other day.
Yeah.
It was a good 3 months. Haven't
Yeah.
had Taco Bell in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And oh my god, it was just so good.
a weekly tradition for me.
You miss weekly.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure it is. You miss
Yeah.
the nacho fries craze, huh?
Yeah, I was planning on trying nacho fries once and got tempted in Indiana because when you're in Indiana, if you see a Taco Bell, that's probably the only restaurant you're going to see
Oh wow.
for a while. And like it's so funny because in India, like here, if you pull up Uber in LA, there's just cars all over the place.
Yeah.
You pulled up in Indiana, it's a map.
Yeah.
And you're just like searching for a
That
car.
happened
It's like a
when we were in
video game.
Laughlin. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We couldn't get an Uber to save our lives when we were out
No
there.
Ubers in
Yeah,
Laughlin,
no.
huh?
No, we had a taxi, and surprisingly
Yeah.
enough, the taxis out there are very, very cheap.
Yeah, I taxi from when I fly into Burbank Airport. I live in NoHo, so I just hop a cab. I ain't waiting for an Uber.
No. Oh, when I came back from San Francisco, I came back on a Monday, and the Uber was like $110.
That's insane.
$110 from LAX to Burbank.
Yeah, they'll get you.
Not a
You
fan of
delivered
that.
that entire sentence like a dad.
Did I? Oh
Yeah,
my
just the
gosh.
words you inflected. Because this is exactly how you delivered it. You're like, when I came back from San Francisco on a Monday,
The Bay Area.
the Uber was $110.
I'm not working at
Cody,
that.
do you want to talk to me about this phone bill?
That scares me. I don't want to be a dad. Not yet. At
No,
least.
it looks horrific.
It looks
Yeah.
the worst.
But the very
right?
fact that you
I got an announcement
said,
to make.
Oh no!
just
See?
kidding. No.
Are you? Wait, are you?
Save that for the YouTube show.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't mean to
No.
cut you off. Are you gonna save that for the show? Like when it eventually
should.
happens, that you
You
just
guys would
fucking
lose your shit, or
I-
you just cry and
Yeah, I
pity.
think so.
Yeah.
Like fuck, we might just cancel it. Just cancel it.
Yeah.
what when
been
Cody
fun.
what when
When
he
Cody eventually
You won't
has
be
a
able to do
baby.
the show anymore. Is what
Has
you're
it-
saying? Yeah.
as somebody who's been through it with their teammate
Yeah.
having a kid, I held down the fort for I don't know like 3 weeks
Yeah.
when Christian
Remember
has
those
first
days.
one,
Yeah.
and then like really after the first one,
Okay.
everybody kind of knows how the process works.
Yeah.
So like Christian had a second kid, and I'm sure he loves her just as much, but like. It was like he was out of the office like a day. He was just like, oh,
I'm
yeah.
good to go.
I got this
Yeah.
thing in the morning, then I'll be in the afternoon
Yeah.
for this call with Denny's or whatever the hell it is.
It does bring the extra income, and you need the extra. When you got a kid, that's. I mean,
How does a kid bring an extra? Doesn't that take it away?
No,
What are you
the-
talking
I
about?
meant like.
What
you
are they,
need-
booking
you need the-
commercials?
Yeah,
Oh,
they should be.
I see
You
what
need
you're
the
saying.
extra income.
Oh, yeah.
But the very fact that cops are said, I don't want kids, and then for a minute I was like, oh, I found my soulmate.
Well-
and then he said not yet, and I was
Nah,
like, okay,
yeah,
so
get the fuck
you're gonna
out.
have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love kids, but I just don't want any. I want kids when I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm not even ready for marriage yet,
Yeah,
and I'm
Yeah.
26, so it's like I got time.
You got plenty. You always have time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
50 is like, because you think of how old 50 is.
Yeah.
In my head, or like when I was growing up, 50 was like, man,
Yeah.
you're like, what's it like not knowing if you're gonna wake up tomorrow? And now 50, it's like you could be like George Clooney just had a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks great.
He looks great.
He seems finally ready to have a kid.
I think so. Yeah,
know?
that's very true. Yeah.
I got nothing to add to
Nothing
that.
else to that.
No.
This is how the show usually gets.
I'm
if-
fearing like I'm starting to think about having a kid now and everything.
No, it's so funny to have like now because Cody's got so much life to think about now that he's like married and talking about kids. It's like every so often we're having a good conversation and Cody's just gonna go catatonic for like 15 seconds and just think about, oh God, what does this mean for me and my future? So
Yeah.
we let him have it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's very true.
Yeah.
It's
Gotta
gonna be
have those
nice when
moments.
you name the kid Brian though. Brian Hall. That's
not gonna happen.
that's not bad.
I don't know
I can
what
see
the hell to
Marissa
name this
liking
kid,
name
man.
Brian.
Like,
No,
there's too many generic white names. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
The fear
Colton.
is with a Brian is that
Yeah.
he gets called Bry.
Oh,
You know,
God, why are we even called?
You don't
Brian
want some
Fry?
punk ass kid calling, "Hey, is Bry there?" Bry doesn't live here, son.
No.
Is it only like the Bry if it's B-R-Y-A-N though? Or is it
Yeah,
like a
instead of
Bry?
unless it's
and
you
then
can't
it's like
do
Bree.
yeah
if it's
BRI.
B-R-I.
Yeah,
I don't know.
if it's a girl, Brianna, Brittany.
Anything else?
I knew a Brittany. Ugh.
I knew Brian Hall.
Brian Hall. You did know
I
Brian
knew
Hall.
Brian Hall. Yeah, nice kid.
Yeah, he's an okay guy.
You know, he was playing played Freebird for the talent show.
All 9 minutes of it, huh?
Yeah.
He played the guitar part. And I
Really?
remember sitting in the crowd and
How
being
old
like,
was
man, this kid, he was a year younger than me, and he was at the time which doesn't really give you any context into how old he was. Yeah, you're like, so was he 34? Was he? He was
No
34.
Burbank talent show, huh?
You're right.
He was 34 and he came back to the high school. He enrolled in one class because he finally had the solo down. And he's like, yeah, you guys are making fun of me now. Wait till the talent show. No, I think he was probably a sophomore in high school. And he plugs in, man, and, you know, kids or whatever. And he just started, he didn't sing, like nobody sang. He just like kind of played it. And, and it was pretty cool. I remember thinking it was pretty cool. And then like I heard somebody making fun of it afterwards. Like, yeah, he only played 2 chords.
Oh, he kinda
really?
cheated.
And I'm like, but the song is only 2.
Yeah.
Most rock songs are, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
there's you get your simple riff,
Yeah.
then you got the other guy coming in.
Yeah, it's,
I
you know.
almost beat that song on Guitar Hero, an expert.
Oh my
That was like
God.
one of my life goals when I was
Yeah.
like 13. It's like,
Yeah.
before I die, okay, when I turn
You're
50,
gonna get it.
I need to beat Freebird on Guitar
Me
Hero.
and my
Never
buddy
did.
would play that, and he would because he was like he played guitar. This is like back in the band days,
Yeah.
and he knew how to shred. So he would play expert, and I would play hard. And of course, I'd play the bass because I couldn't play the other guitar because it was too damn hard. And we just went at like literally the second we messed up. We stopped. We would get 8 minutes in, and we mess up. Fuck it. No, it's not worth it. We go all the way to the beginning and start over.
Wow,
One
that's-
time.
It's like trying to beat Contra with one life.
Exactly. I never played Contra.
I never played.
You never play Contra.
No.
God, you guys got to get one of those Nintendo classics.
Ooh, the Super Nintendo.
I've tried getting the Super Nintendo Classic,
Mm-hmm.
but they like sold out of everywhere. Every time I go to Target or Best Buy, it's like $70. Not here, by the way. And it's like,
Well, I would have
suck.
purchased it, and then you know what I would have done? The next day, taken it back and demanded my refund because it doesn't have Tecmo Super Bowl on it.
It
Oh, hell
doesn't
no.
really. Oh man.
No, and it's the best sports game of all time. You know, Guitar Hero. I play Guitar Hero, and at some point I was like kind of getting good at it.
Yeah.
And then I just had this like crisis where I'm like, what is this for?
Yeah.
You know, what am I?
What am I
putting
doing?
that much energy into
See,
it?
if you played Rock Band, but you played the drums, that actually teaches you like rhythm and a little bit of tempo.
Sure.
And because I remember when we first started playing that together, this was in the later band years. There's the early, the middle, then the later. You'll learn later. At the later part of the years, I started playing Rock Band. They never let me play the drums because the bass players are always horrible at playing drums.
Right.
Because everyone always wants to have their session on the drums. And then one day after, like at a practice, I started going on there like, oh, fuck, let's go out and have a smoke or something. And then I started playing just like with an actual rhythm. Like, holy fuck. I'm like, dude, I've been playing Rock Band for like 3 weeks. I know how to keep a beat now.
Yeah. Rock
So-
Band will.
But guitar, I mean, there's like 6 buttons. It's
I remember
cheating.
when Guitar Hero introduced the drums. They were like a year late because
They had, like, cymbals and
but they had the
everything.
cymbals and shit. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Rock Band's better, though.
I heard a legend from a reliable source that Jonah Hill was a remarkable
Really?
guitarist
Really?
at
Ooh.
Guitar Hero / Rock Band.
That's interesting.
Like could just wail all day.
Oh, at just Guitar Hero.
I'm starting now that you brought
Not
up
the
Rock
actual
Band. I'm
guitar.
like, oh god, I can't remember.
I was starting to think like
I'm pretty sure it was Guitar Hero.
I was starting to think he was an actual like he shreds that guitar too. Like,
No, I think it was just a Guitar Hero. But I made this correlation today because I'm really having an issue right now with all the wrestling people. Because they start out like they come at me initially and they're like, no, wrestling's a sport, and I just shut them down immediately.
Yeah.
And then they come back
As you
and
should.
this new angle. It's sports entertainment. I'm like, all right, that's fine. And then they're like, I mean, when you go to the movies, are you expecting that to be real? And I'm like, yeah, but the movies have like a storyline that I want to care.
They actually have better stories.
Yeah, they have acting. It's like I'm watching something happen to people, not like, oh, did you hear Triple H just slapped DDP's horse backstage and they're gonna hammer. So now I feel like because there's people that love wrestling but they don't love real sports, and so when I bring up to them that, oh, there's this whole new world called actual competition you can watch, I feel like it's a very specific reference. Hopefully you guys will get it.
Right,
It's an episode of South Park, the Guitar Hero episode of South Park.
Oh, yeah,
When they're playing
Yes,
Guitar Hero and they're having such a good time, and then Randy is like, I'm gonna really impress these kids because he plugs in his actual guitar and he's like, you guys think that video game's cool? Watch this, and he starts cranking out Kansas like pretty good, and they're like, dude, your dad's a dork. That's how I feel now talking to wrestling people about real sports.
It's also the way it's shot. There's no. I mean, I don't know. Is there music? Is there music?
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Not while they're fighting. They have like
But what
walkout
about when they're
music.
doing like the interstitials and whatnot?
Not really. A lot of times there's like background music from like the stadium, but when they're backstage, you only hear like.
That's like the thing for
background.
me. It's like watching a play as well.
Yeah.
If I see it in front of me, it's hard not to think that these are people acting.
It's like a cheesy play.
Yeah,
That's how I
yeah.
view it.
I mean, I can definitely see that. It's definitely not for me. But then when you watch it, they're watching it in like a different frame rate. It's not in a televised or film kind of setting to make you feel like there's a tone or a feeling. It's just, no, let's go film in this back alley and these guys start talking shit.
Yeah,
to each other.
which I get, and like the whole thing, it's like building up to this huge event. And what pisses me off the most is when people act like I'm a moron to live events, and they're like, yeah, but when those lights go down and that music comes up, I'm like, of course it's gonna charge me up. The lights go down. I've had 9 beers. I'm gonna the music. It's rock music. I'm gonna feel, but I'd rather watch like a band do it.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
it's just anyway. My point with Guitar Hero is that wrestling is not for me.
No, and that's completely understandable because
Yeah.
it's not for me either. I think there was a period, like a week period, when I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, The Rock, Triple H, Hardy Boys,
Hardy Boys.
There
brothers.
we go, the
They
brothers."
They
excuse
really
me.
had they solved mysteries
Yes.
in between.
They're doing front flips while they're
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot of repetition too.
Vince
Vince
a notebook
McMahon
with
comes
clues.
in. He's like, hey guys, after you're done in the ring, somebody stole Axelrod McGillicuddy's bicycle, and you're the only two that can find it.
That's great.
Axelrod McGillicuddy.
That's a real wrestler,
Yeah.
right?
That's
good.
how little I know
That's
about
good.
wrestling. Is that I have like 3 actual names I can pull from, and then I'm just making them up.
Axelrod.
Yeah.
That's good.
With
That's
that being said, let's start the real show. And the music. See the music playing right now.
Absolutely.
You can definitely hear it, but that's fine if we talk over it. It's
Yeah.
totally
Oh,
cool.
it is? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Or we could just
good. Like wrestling. Stare while it's playing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not. This is why we need Brian.
It's still playing. Is it music? Did you record this?
It should be. They should be able to see us now. Welcome back
We're gonna wave.
to another episode of the Wanger Show. How's it going? We got a special guest today.
My name is not Beardo.
It is not Beardo. We
He's
got
in New York.
someone better. By the time this comes out, he is in New York. Someone way better. That Mr. Mark Ellis is joining us right now.
Thank you.
Yay.
I can't really say I'm better than Beardo though, because if it weren't for Beardo, rumor has it this particular episode would not be going off as planned. So.
Well,
So we had one question.
yeah. I called him on speakerphone. It was very awkward, and he fixed it within one button.
2 seconds. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Felt pretty stupid.
we miss him already. We
Yeah.
really do. I've had this thing for like a year now, and he figured it out in 2 seconds. I couldn't figure it out in a hot minute.
Very nice setup you guys have here. Had fun talking with you boys on the Patreon episode.
Yes.
And that's really all I had planned to do.
Yeah.
So
It's been fun.
yeah.
See you
So,
later.
you know,
later.
Can
Yeah,
you just
have a good one.
look at the camera and say, I'm Mark Ellis, and you're watching The Wanger Show?
I'm Mark Ellis, and you're watching The Wanger Show.
Yes.
And I actually like this camera angle. I know you
you?
and Beardo aren't a fan of it.
I mean, it's just like, ugh, but, you know.
yeah.
Suck dick in.
I-
Dick in.
I look there's different parts of my body that either like if you're looking at this angle right now, I either look like ripped or like just like McNuggety.
No, you're looking good. I see you
know?
jumping on them boxes.
I
You're
jump
looking
on a
good.
lot of boxes.
Yeah.
Back with the trainer tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Took
see, I
month
want that.
off.
I shot something with Makuga this weekend at his brother-in-law's
I know what you
gym.
guys shot,
Yeah. And look, tell him I got so freaking motivated
Yeah.
to work out. It's not gonna happen, but I got really, really inspired, like to think about getting inspired.
What
of doing
about the shoot motivated you to work out? Was it seeing all the buff people or seeing all the cool?
It was not so much buff, but seeing like it reminded me a lot of high school. Just first of all, it was the smell of sweat and
just
rubber
shit.
of just everywhere, and it I like that burn. I like that sensation of just like, oh fuck, it hurts, but like afterwards, it's like yeah, I feel good. You feel, your muscles are all tensed
I like
up.
the afterwards.
Yeah, it's nice,
Yeah.
but it's just it's a matter of stop making excuses and just doing it.
Yeah.
But it was because we did interviews with a lot of the people that go to that gym, and there were a lot of mothers or the women that just had mothers, so they wanted to lose some of that weight and stuff.
Women just had mothers.
They just
Did
had
I just say
mothers.
that?
Yes,
Oh,
we did.
son
Like
of a
little
bitch.
babies walking around. Yeah, I just adopted this
It's
one.
just a chain of
damn
fucking
it.
babies
Dude,
that keep giving birth to other
First show I
babies.
drink in a long ass
Oh,
time, and
man.
shit just goes out the window.
It's nice that there's finally women having mothers out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
There's
God.
been a glut of that.
It's
recently.
been an off day
Yeah.
because Frank right now. Oh no, I don't even know if I can say where he is. But like, never mind. I don't even want to bring that up.
Oh,
But
yeah,
anyways,
good.
anyways,
Now I'm concerned.
no.
Is he-
Frank's out of the country. I don't know if like we can say where
Frank
he
is?
Frank's out of the country.
Wow.
Right now. Yeah.
Some sort of like is he in a
Voyage.
real other place? Because I don't know, in this world of crypto, you think maybe you just walk through a painting and now I'm somewhere else.
He's in Wakanda right
Fucking
now.
Narnia.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's why I'm drinking crypto beer tonight.
Yo, dude, that's not a bad
It's
idea.
Being downloaded into my
Ooh, and you
Yeah.
automatically
Bit
you don't
beer.
even have to get like full from it. You get drunk.
dude. I'm hammered.
Yeah.
Dang.
I am.
Just use one token and then boom, you're there.
I'm
It like
wrecked.
fluctuates throughout the night. Like I'm more hammered. I'm not hammered now, but now I'm gonna get
Based
really
on how
hammered
the
about
stocks
2
are right
hours.
now.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be funny. That's good.
Guys, I'm getting really drunk. I'm getting really drunk.
It goes up in the weekend. I'm like, oh, we're partying this
Yeah.
weekend. Yeah. But no, and to bring it all down, I got very inspired by all the mothers that had just had a kid.
Okay.
There we go. And they wanted to get back into shape, and they had like great nutrition plans and stuff. And I think Jeff, Makuga's brother-in-law, the one who runs the gym, he makes it a very family-friendly, very personalized kind of gym.
They have like
Kinda
a place where like the kids can go. And
yeah, the kids can go and have a
Yeah.
and have a little daycare area, and he like works with them, and he focuses on like he knows like all of their names. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's because it reminded me a lot of in high school we had a gym a trainer that was there that he did all the sports, and this dude was like fucking like legit.
You mean like a PE coach?
not so much like
Or
a
like
he
somebody he was like the personal trainer for the
I see.
for like
teams
all
and
the
stuff.
sports. Yeah, he was
Wow.
like the personal trainer,
Huh.
and
We didn't have that.
No, oh, this
Jeez.
guy was fucking insane. Like we were convinced this guy didn't even sleep. Like he he would sometimes like be standing there during football practice, and like he'd be standing there with his eyes closed, like he's just getting a fucking power nap, like right then and there. Like holy shit, it was nuts.
Exercising his mind at that point. Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you follow The Rock on Instagram? I don't think the guy ever sleeps.
Dude.
He's always doing
just keeps
something.
going.
Do you remember that app that came out a couple years ago called Rock Clock? Where
No.
like it wakes you up when The Rock wakes up every morning. And it's like he like tells you to wake up. He's like, get your candy ass up out of bed or whatever like that, and let's go work out. And it was so cool.
Jesus,
it
wow.
drained my
man.
data and my battery, but it was a great app for like 2 days.
And he just
Yeah.
became a dad, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, no, he had a kid before.
Did
but-
he really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I didn't
He's
know
got like
that.
a 2-year-old or something like that.
Mm.
I love that not even Cody's phone could keep up with The Rock.
It's like
This
is too much.
Cody's trying to just shovel chicken into his mouth. Like I got to keep up with that protein in his phone's dead. Like, and not even modern technology.
Yeah.
That's how I've already pinpointed I'll be your trainer because here's the 2 things you need.
Okay.
And these are so easy to do. You need to sleep. Apparently, you need to sleep.
You do,
Sleeping
yeah, you do.
like at least 8 hours. I aim for 10, and when I say I aim for 10, people laugh at me like, I'm like, no, I want 10 hours of sleep.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
that what Tom Brady does or something like that? Like
That's what
he
Tom
does
Brady
a shit
does.
ton of sleep.
Yeah.
Now, is
Okay.
that 10 consecutive hours, or is that like a 2-hour nap and then 8 hours later?
No. I really wonder if getting up and taking a leak counts
Oh.
because I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And but I think you're okay. And then the other thing you need to do is this is hard for you. 'Cause I've seen what you do
Uh-oh.
when you eat.
Yeah.
The greens
bell.
are fine. There's a thing called protein.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when you go to Wood Ranch and Mark says he's going to buy you lunch and you order a house salad.
Okay, that was like 2 times. That was like maybe 2 times.
Every time we've ever gone to Wood Ranch, you've gotten a
They've
salad.
got
Yeah.
great salads.
Yeah.
Put some chicken on it.
Yeah.
Put some
burger.
Yeah. I know. I
Steak,
think
you like steak.
I do steak. I love
Yeah.
steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love me some steak.
I mean,
but it's
Cody's
like
at Taco Bell, and
Yeah,
and
the
it's
Bell.
I mean it's protein. I don't know if it's an animal, but it's protein.
yeah, that's true.
It's
Yeah.
something.
I think that was like at a point where it's like, what can I eat the healthiest I can possibly eat? So it's like I'll get a Jersey Mike sandwich,
Good.
go light.
Yeah.
But I mean, I get turkey and ham. Maybe
Okay.
maybe I should just get the turkey, but
Nah, ham's fine.
ham's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Throw
Get,
chicken in there.
get some
Fuck it.
pig.
And then sometimes like we actually last week was like the first week that I didn't go out for lunch and buy food. Like we prepped for a whole week, and it was wonderful. Or
If
at
you're,
least
if
we had
you're working
leftovers.
out, you call that meal prep.
Meal prep.
Ooh.
Yeah, they have a
Ooh.
term for it and everything.
I've seen
Oh,
like the
man.
Instagram pictures where they have like 18 different, containers of just chicken
Yeah.
in their thing. I'm like, wow, that's nice.
Yeah, except I was never like even the day after Thanksgiving, I'm not a leftovers guy. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I get
My
that.
entire family, they work so hard on this Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
and then the next day, like, what's really fun is on Friday, and I'm like, oh, you mean when we order pizza? I'm not eating a turkey sandwich and
Yeah.
reheated mashed potato. Oh,
That's my
God.
favorite. You hit the turkey, the bread, and the mashed potatoes in one sandwich.
Ew.
Oh, it's so
In a
good.
sa- in the sandwich?
In a
Mashed
sandwich.
potatoes?
In
What
a
the hell?
sandwich.
Not
Oh, I
gonna
love it. I see. I'm the same way though. I'm not good with leftovers. In fact, there's a lot of leftovers in there right now in my fridge
Yeah.
that probably
They're not-
it probably
Yeah.
gone way too bad.
Do you do the thing like you cook a giant thing and you have it the night of and then you don't eat it again?
Yeah,
After, like,
pretty
I've
much.
been doing
Yeah,
that a
I mean,
lot lately.
we've been better with chicken. It's
Yeah.
more salvageable. But if it's like we cook beans a lot because
Yeah.
we're fucking
They're good for your heart.
know
They're good food.
we're good people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, of course.
but they're always like left over, and we ended up just throwing them away. But last week was like a perfect time. I had like leftover spaghetti, leftover chicken noodles.
Doing
and
a lot of cooking.
last week was like a nuts week of cooking. Yeah.
I would say I eat out, and this is not an exaggeration. 90%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Like last week was like the first time in a whole week that I didn't. I went more than a day without like getting something from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I wish I could be more like, but like I had chronic taco today, and I know you're not a fan, but it was just. Cool.
I'm
It
more
was
than just not a
delightful.
fan.
tell you
Okay, so you can't just say that and then just skip it over. Like I'm not going to address it.
When we-
here on the-
I want
the
you to
program.
address it.
When we came back from Chronic Talks, we were walking down and we saw Ellis pull up and he walked in and I legit, when we walked inside, I hid the drink behind my back because I'm like, I don't want Ellis to see that we got Chronic
Before
Talks.
the best. Okay,
Yeah.
explain your grievance with.
Well, we've been
with
very
Talk
blessed
Contact.
in our near our studio area. Have a
Hashtag
lot of
blessed,
great
if you will.
restaurants and all that stuff. stuff. Like you have a Wood Ranch open, and it's like just so exciting waiting for Wood Ranch to open. Yard House just want that to open.
Yes.
We got a Panera. We got a Chipotle. We got it, which, Chipotle.
I like Chipotle.
Chronic Taco opened at the right time because there was a banner for Chronic Taco that took forever.
It did.
To get there. It was like knowing like King Kong versus Godzilla is coming out. We're like, we're not even a year out. So then, and Chipotle went through their little thing where, people attempted to eat there and died or whatever happened. So now Chipotle is going through that. And like, it's like literally Chipotle's opener for a while was like, hi, welcome to Chipotle. We're sorry. We think it's okay.
Yes.
And then Chronic Taco opened, and we all went there, and it just, the smell, I like the smell.
Okay.
And I'd walk in, I'd be like, oh, yeah, and they got all these things. And then after the first, after the honeymoon phase, you realize what's really in your burrito, and it's the crappiest parts of the chicken. It's all gristly, disgusting chicken, which is the same thing that Chipotle has.
Yeah.
But now I can't even walk by Chronic, and I have to walk like all the way against the movie theater to not get the waft of just stench.
See, now we're almost like stuck because like we're almost like buddies with the guy that always serves us on Mondays and Tuesdays.
He's got the orders memorized.
I don't know his name, but
I
we're
don't either.
good
Don't you
friends
feel
with
bad?
him. Yeah,
He
I
doesn't
feel
know
it.
ours either.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And he always gets my because
He's got a name tag.
the one
though.
girl that's always there too. She's like 3 tacos. She knows exactly what I want, and then he always gets our because we look so similar. He gets our orders mixed up all the time, but that's fine. Whatever.
No, I think they mix mine up because I get like 3 different things. I like to change it up
That's
when
true.
I go there.
Yeah,
sometimes I get the quesadilla. I'll get the chicken tacos. I'll get the chorizo burrito. I will
what?
get the I'm not going to say it.
Okay, all right.
Chorizo burrito. Sometimes I get a steak burrito. I do a lot of different things there.
Yeah, because you know what he's doing? He's trying to rationalize. He's like, Cody's thinking in his head, he's like, I know that there's at least one good meat here. And so he just keeps like playing 3-card Monte with his
tomorrow
burrito.
I'm trying carne asada. Let's see how it goes.
Carne what?
Carne asada.
Oh my god.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that
it was
was
not that
it
bad
was
of a
kinda bad.
pronunciation.
What you want him to do it in a Spanish?
No, but it's just like
it would
it's
sound
like
even
so-
more ridiculous.
Carne-
Carne
carne
I'm one to
asada.
talk because I can't. I'm so freaking whitewashed. I can't even.
Can you roll your R's? That's the.
I have to like put myself in a trance enforcement. Like when I say
Trance?
yeah, I have to
What,
I have to.
hypnotize yourself?
Well, that's the thing. It's like when I hear some people like I'll hear Roca like he talks normal and then like I remember when Guillermo del Toro. Or Guillermo del Toro when it was like in studio,
Yeah.
like he just switched it on. I'm like, whoa!
Yeah,
It's
he
like
started speaking
I
in
can't,
Spanish
I
for like
can't,
10 minutes straight.
I can't do that.
It's like they have another gear.
Yeah.
That they just.
Yeah, and I
Amazing.
don't like go out of my way to make like so when I say like, oh, my name's Christian Rubalcaba, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. I don't like my name is Christian Rubalcaba. Like I don't like. Just,
That's
like,
not
I
bad.
have-
You could
I have to, like,
because if your name's
practice it.
Rubalcaba, you could really have some
you could
fun with
sell
that
that.
R if you
Yeah.
wanted to. Like I can't if I try to roll my R's, I sound like somebody just had a stroke.
right.
I can't
right.
do it either.
Oh, this is my friend
No.
Christian.
Yeah.
Ruba. I can't do it.
You can't do it.
Ruba.
I can't. I can barely. Rubalcaba.
Ru-
Rubalcaba. You have to like
You're like fucking.
freaking Louis to do it. Where were we going with this?
It's nice having somebody at the dining establishment, even if it's as bad as Chronic
Yeah,
Tacos,
right.
that recognizes you, gives you the time of day, you have a fun back and forth.
It's very true.
I'm trying to achieve that at the Coffee Bean, where I go to on the way to the studio every morning, and it's almost like because they know my order. You guys know me; I'm a man of simple things that I want what I want, and that's it. So I get the biggest size, the 32 ounce. The tropical passion iced tea, and that's all I get. I never get food, never get anything, and the employees there have taken it as a sign that now they don't have to talk to me at all. Like they literally don't even
They just
acknowledge
give you a
me now.
nod. They're like,
Yeah. They're just
cup?
like, they and I for once one of them was like, hey, you want your usual? And I'm like, somebody just became the norm of this cheers.
Ah, nice.
And it really just becomes such a bad feeling when you see them have a fun rapport with it. With like, there's this asshole that, and he seems like a nice guy, but he brings his newborn in every morning. Your newborn doesn't want to go to coffee bean. She's not drinking anything. You're just walking in there to show off. Hey, I'm dad of the year.
Yeah.
You know. Hey.
you want to hold him?
Oh, they're just passing the baby around there while they're pouring my iced tea. And I'm like, first of all, focus on my usual.
Yeah,
At least
not
look
this
at me in
kid.
the eye. And then, like, can we get over the fact that this guy didn't even, all he did is make love to some woman,
Yeah.
you know,
true.
12 months ago now.
Pretty easy to do.
Yeah. Hell, I could have done that.
Yeah.
You know? You want me in here with a baby? Is that what's going to take? Because I'll have a baby right now.
take-
You
For
would
you to
look good
love
with
me?
the baby though.
I think I'd look good with it.
You would look
Rocking
good.
the fucking thing. The
Oh
kangaroo
yeah,
thing?
like I can
Yeah.
totally see that. Ellis dad.
I think I'd be a good dad, but I think that my typical at rest face My typical at rest face shows displeasure.
Yeah.
And like if you caught me, like there'd be a picture of me that would forever live somewhere where it's like I have the baby in like the kangaroo holder.
Yeah,
And I'd just be like,
That's an Instagram account waiting to happen. Ellis dad.
Ellis with
sad,
babies.
sad Ellis.
Can we
dad.
start that? Just like Photoshop Ellis with kids and see what it would be like.
That's the new $20 tier on Patreon, right?
Ooh,
there.
there it
Ellis
is right
will
there.
pose with a baby. Yeah, can't wait.
They're just the cutest way to deliver germs from one person to another
Yeah,
person.
you're just infecting the whole world.
They really
There you
are.
go.
They're just like
Yeah.
little biological terrorists.
It's crazy because like I went to my my cousin Chase. He's a regular on the
Great
show.
guy,
At least
Chase.
I mentioned that my cousin Chase. He just had a second baby like about a month or two
Yeah.
ago, and like even with his last kid, his other kid's a little over a year, and it's like the perfect child. Like he doesn't cry that much. Even the baby, like every time I've met the little kid,
Yeah.
just snoozing.
The new one?
The new one, yeah, just snoozing. Like
It's a dream.
Like I don't
Yeah.
know what they're like. They know what they're doing.
That was a young Mark Ellis.
Like,
Yeah?
You were a snoozer?
Slept. working
man.
working on that training program.
My mom would have loved that because
Yeah.
I was a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
I was
yeah.
I
screaming.
think I was really easy.
Really?
I was told like my birth was really easy. Like I just kind of was
Oh.
like, "Hey guys," and
I
just
told
came
you
on out.
I was
Yeah.
stuck in my mom's womb for like hours.
Really?
Like, I didn't want to come out.
I hate to say this, but I wonder why. It's like, ma'am, is it a boy or a girl? It's a
His
shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just one giant shoulder.
Can't get him out.
If you thought the end of Avengers Infinity War was nuts, ugh, that birthing process, my poor mother. And then of course, like I was the biggest piece of shit on the planet. I was a brat. I was always crying. I was always cursing too. Although,
I'm sorry.
although the cursing, I cursed a lot when I was a baby, but that's not my fault.
When you were a baby?
Like, you
Yeah,
said fucking
like
and
I would
everything?
tell my parents to fuck off because
Whoa!
yeah, but that's not my fault. That's their fault. That's their fault. And I probably like my cousins and my aunts, or because my mom had younger sisters that weren't too far away from my age, and they
Yeah.
would be cursing a lot, and that's probably where I got it from.
I would say that it's not your fault, but at the same time, like if you have a little tiny kid that's saying "fuck you," like you may want to watch The
you
Omen.
can- yeah.
You know,
Oh,
you,
yeah,
you may want
yeah.
to be like because it's not going the right direction.
No,
You know?
it took a while too, like a while for me to,
you
I
just-
guess, normalize. I mean, it's still going on, I guess, technically, but
Yeah, everybody curses now.
Yeah, well,
No,
no,
it's
parents
not-
just keep their
No.
kids away from you. You're like, that's the cursor right there.
yeah, it's true. Now it's like ever since I moved out, they're like, come home. It's like, really? Wow, that's great.
They miss you.
They do miss me.
Yeah. You know what you tell them? Fuck you.
Exactly.
Go back to baby Cobster.
Yeah. No, they got.
Imagine him coming out. He's just all shoulder and beard. It's the human shoulder.
Ah.
There's like a
The
little
legs are
mouth.
like that big, and he's just like, oh, great.
He's like the Groot of shoulders. It just keeps growing shoulders everywhere.
I never really noticed it either until everyone started pointing it out.
It's
It's a good thing to have. You got
I don't
good
like
shoulders,
it though
man.
because
You
I've got
good
like
shoulders.
a weird disproportionate body.
You look like a man.
No.
I wish I had your shoulders. I wish I had
wish-
any shoulders.
I wish I had your body.
I have. You do not want my.
I want
body.
your
This
body
body's
with
a damn curse.
I want your body with my face and beard. Nothing wrong with your face, but I like.
Oh
my
no, I
face.
want a beard. Absolutely. I wish I had.
okay.
Yeah.
I think we can.
Yeah.
This is like
Can we
like
get a
draft day.
Photoshop of that? A lot of
Yeah.
photoshopping going on here.
Would you? Okay, so but you could give your shoulders. You're willing to trade your shoulders.
Yeah.
We're hearing that the best part of your body is on the table right now.
I want your height.
Okay.
Your body's good too, but I want
created
you.
a superhuman.
Nah, I don't know. Maybe I want his body instead. He's got a little hair on it. I like.
Okay.
a
Well,
little hair
now
on
that I'm invested in this, there's parts of each of you that I would take.
Okay.
I'll take either one of y'all's hairline.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
I've had a huge forehead since I came out. I just came out and they're like, that's a whole lot of forehead, but we'll keep it. And
Not as bad as that kid's shoulders over there. I mean, Jesus Christ. They're still working on that guy.
Just this pulsating shoulder, bump, 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 bump. Do we shoot it? What do we do? But yeah, the beard is solid. But Cody, here's the thing. I think Cody wants the beard.
I absolutely
Like
do.
in theory, but you put that beard on that face, and it's just it's like literally,
It's like a kid playing dress up.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you put that beard on that face, you are wanted in all 50 states.
I would have to make it my own, I guess.
I think
I
you'd
can't
still
have
get
that
carded too.
one. Oh yeah,
You
absolutely.
would still
Yeah.
get carded.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even more because it's clearly not his beard. But you have good shoulders for like you have dad at Disneyland shoulders.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
I like that.
You could
Yeah.
carry a baby on those.
I want to be a
shoulders.
hot dad one day.
Yeah. Hot dad?
I was thinking about. I was at Disneyland yesterday, and they have like they have
lot
a
of hot dads
whole.
out there?
Dude, well, no, they have a whole Instagram
God
account.
damn.
Oh, there's so many hot dads. Can you imagine?
Instagram hot dad.
No, you didn't know. You don't know
Yeah,
about
we
this?
find out he started it. It's
Hold
like
on.
this whole undercover thing.
You know about hot dads at Disneyland, right?
No.
Wait, you don't?
I've
No.
not heard of hot dads
Yeah.
at Disneyland.
There is an
No, tell me
Instagram
about your
account.
secret money-making
Hold
venture.
on. There is an Instagram account called Hot Dads at Disneyland.
Oh my
Really?
god.
You guys didn't know about this?
No.
Oh my god! Hold on, let me
Did
pull
you
it up.
search this out of curiosity?
No,
Or did
I-
someone
I-
send this to you.
I found this out.
Were you
a
surprised
long-
when the handle was still available for you to take?
Oh, you know what? No, maybe it's just Hot Dads of it. Well, there's a hashtag.
Okay.
Let me see. There's a hashtag
enough.
Hot Dads of Disneyland, and it's
Let's
just
Let's take
like
a look at some of these dudes. Okay. That's a cool,
right, that's a
like,
good-looking
80s
dad.
dad.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at my sunglasses.
Yeah.
They reflect.
these guys are just like, all right, they're just asking for it, you know,
Oh man.
like a stroller,
Those guys probably run the account.
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I found out about like this hashtag a long time ago. I'm like, that's the funniest thing on the planet, and I
Oh,
always
yeah.
wanted. I
There we
wanted to
go.
like,
That guy looks
that
like...
guy's got a band.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he
He-
gave up touring to help out his family, which
Mhm.
is so hot.
I think
Yeah.
he's an uncle.
Oh,
he
you
could
have an
be.
imposter
Yeah.
here.
There's
All
cars.
I
right.
can
Land.
smell my own.
well, like cars, a lot of hashtags. Like enough with the hashtags.
Are you a hashtag guy?
No,
Neither of
not
you?
at all.
I
You
hate
could
hashtags.
seriously
You're-
search my Instagram account. I'll hashtag like
No hot
like
dads at Disneyland on your account?
I'll hashtag like an Infinity War if I'm at the premiere.
Yeah.
That's really it. I don't do the
mean-
like if I take a picture of like Molly or something.
Yeah.
I'm not doing like hashtag dogs, hashtag
Yeah,
dogs of
dogs of
Insta,
Insta.
Just
hashtag
there.
canines, hashtag Alpo. Like I don't I don't do that.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you're the only person left at work I follow on Instagram. I think I've completely just like I'm done.
I'm flattered. You're probably looking at me for the body and being like, I can't wait to have that.
Can't wait till he has a kid
I can't wait till Ellis
and
makes
goes
the
to
trade.
Disneyland specifically. Until then, though, fuck this guy.
On Instagram, going to Disneyland. Yeah, and then cops
He's
are
like,
there.
yes.
I'm taking a picture with Mickey, and I hear under the mouse suit, "Hey, Mark." Like, oh,
Mickey's
God.
shoulders are abnormally large today. Wow.
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to be at Disneyland.
Why did you start unfollowing people on Instagram?
It wasn't so much just like people at work. It was just like there were so many feeds that I just didn't care about.
A lot of
seeing.
similar
Yeah.
pictures, too.
A lot of similar pictures. Like I get it. You're at
Yeah.
the premiere. I get it. I get it. That's fine. Like I've got nothing.
Oh,
I've
that's
got,
what it is.
I've got no issues with people. Like that's fucking cool. Like you've earned the fact
Yeah.
the right to like go to a premiere and have fun and enjoy yourself. But I don't need like I think we're going to the solo premiere, right?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
we're going to the solo premiere. That's from what
Cool.
I'm hearing. I'm
Well,
like,
you
cool.
should-
We got invited to something.
We got invited to
That's
something.
That's an
amazing.
announcement.
That's very exciting.
Hot scoop.
But I'm gonna go to absorb everything. I don't want to like take a photo of every single thing there.
Maybe a pic or two.
Maybe one. Yeah, I just want to absorb.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
It might be pretty. No, look, I don't know what. I don't know.
I'll
if it
take
says-
pictures, but I don't need. I don't.
You don't need to post them.
But again,
That's
like
what it
I'm
is.
I'm not one to like. I don't use my Instagram that much, anyways. So
See, I'm becoming a fan of Instagram because I enjoy the fact that it's just pictures.
yeah.
You know, like it's not everybody fighting about something like Twitter is.
Yeah, Twitter's the worst.
It's not like Facebook where like, oh, Instagram, Russia hacked Instagram, everybody. Like it's just pictures.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
hot dads and Infinity War and stuff.
Ooh, hot dads at solo. I'm
Oh,
gonna
man.
do that.
Do it.
Just
Do it.
Instagram
Hashtag hot
stories
dads
like
at solo.
people.
I will hashtag that. And I will follow you into the hell.
I like the Instagram stories. I'm a fan of the Instagram
I hate
stories.
those.
They're
I
so
That
started
quick.
and
and
Snapchat,
boom.
I don't understand.
Started getting into it. Started
Man.
getting into Instagram
I
stories.
don't
Yeah,
understand, guys.
They're quick, easy, boom.
Pitch it
You're
to
in
me.
and out.
and you can archive
and then
it.
you forget about it. Well,
No,
yeah,
no,
you
you can
You
archive
can
it.
archive
You can
it.
archive
But like
it.
in the point of taking pictures, so like people can look back at it and.
Yeah, well, sometimes there's just like there's funny little things that I want to like record or take a photo of, and then
Yeah.
like I don't care about this. Being
Yeah,
on my
there's
thing.
stuff
All
that
right.
there's stuff that is worth like keeping for
Mm-hmm.
all times, and there's other stuff that's like basically Instagram stories is like, hey, I want to show off what I'm doing today, because the whole point of Instagram is my life's better than your life, right? Like here's the
Yeah.
highlights of my life, and
Yeah.
it's better than yours. Which
Yeah.
like that's why Infinity War, that's why everybody's there is posting a picture because
Yeah.
they're like, hey, look at how much better I am than everybody I went to high school with.
Yeah.
Basically, Instagram,
yes.
it's like a daily high school reunion.
That's like the only target of those posts, right? Like I don't
Pretty
care
much.
about the people I'm actually talking to in my life. As long as this looks
Yeah.
cooler than the people I went to high school with, I've succeeded.
You
Yeah.
want to show
Yeah.
people that you're happy, you're having
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah, there's people that have wronged me in my life, and I want to document that
Yeah.
I'm better than them here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Instagram stories are more like, well, okay, I'm doing this, but I don't want it to seem like I'm too big of a douche. Because I don't like clogging people's feeds. with like, here's a pic and here's a pic. Like I posted one Infinity War pic from there, and then I posted 2 stories. It's like baby Groot and a car,
Boom, boom.
and I'm done.
Booming out.
Yeah, but I don't want to clog up people.
Well, it's also like I feel like when I go to things like that, or like I was at Disneyland yesterday, and I just want to like.
So we've heard.
Yeah, you guys know I went to Disneyland yesterday. Cody was there
Go to
too.
San Francisco.
I did go to San Francisco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting, yeah.
Last year I went to
Free trip.
Star Wars Celebration at in
Oh,
Florida.
interesting. You
Yeah.
were in Hall H for Comic-Con too.
Hall H too.
Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting.
Where were you?
All
You
right.
were stuck in the.
I was not in Hall H.
You were
That's
not.
where I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shooting a trailer.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I want to go there and not have to like take I just want to enjoy the park.
Well, it gets harder when you're in a relationship,
It's very true. And
That is true.
and then it gets even harder when you have kids.
Yeah.
oh man.
Because
Don't look at me when he says that, please.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
look at
No,
me.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
I'm like, I'm not there yet.
No,
Hold
no.
on.
Yeah,
There's
but
Hold
you're
on.
obviously the test.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
the
you-
newborn.
You guys be watching me. Like,
Well, the good thing now is that there's that feature where you can put multiple photos. So as opposed to them like putting 18,000 photos of their newborn, they can just put it in one.
Oh,
feed,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's cool.
Because there's always the new mom and dad that want to show off their baby.
Oh,
their
yeah.
ugly little baby.
Well, that's how I really feel bad for the ones that every non-firstborn now. Because like I was a middle child, and so like if I was born in today's day and age, my sister would have gotten so much Instagram love, and then it's like, oh, and here's Mark.
Here's the second one.
Yeah.
And then what they have to do, because I've noticed this with my, because we just had a newborn, my brother did, my brother and his wife did. So their first one is like 3 or 4, and then this one's a newborn. But for every picture they post of the newborn, you post a bonus pic of the other one, because it's like we don't want them to feel like we're replacing. It's like if you get a dog and you don't want them to think like, oh
Yeah,
well,
interesting.
we're not trading you in. We're adding to the family.
Yeah.
That's
We
a
have to
parent
make them
right there.
feel. So now it's like that person gets so much more pics. So by the time you're on the 3rd kid, if you're having more than 3 kids,
Yeah.
have you
Fuck are
seen
you
the
doing?
news?
Yeah.
What are
What are you doing?
Yeah. That's crazy. That's why I'm so glad. Like, I know we're young. We're the millennials. But there was still a time where we didn't have smartphones. Like, we were still
Yeah.
the non-smartphone.
I bought
Era.
CDs. You know.
I bought
Yeah.
cassettes.
Yeah,
I didn't buy a
I had a
cassette. I
cassette.
had a cassette.
Yeah, but you guys did all that shit ironically, and now
No.
you're
No,
trying.
not
to,
at all.
No, now
No.
you're getting a little older.
This
You're
is
getting a little
before
more
iTunes.
upset,
This is before iTunes.
and
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
and now you're trying to co-opt what us. Who am I? Generation X, Y?
I think so.
I'm like 6
Are you
months too
technically
late to be a
millennial?
millennial.
Oh,
No,
you're
tech-
just off.
Or 6 months too early to be a millennial.
Because
Okay.
millennials is like 80.
No, millennials 81.
81?
Really?
You go- yeah.
Fuck.
81, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, suck it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
yeah, I mean, there are millennials that are like, but it gets frustrating for me because now you guys are all realizing that like this new technological revolution ain't all it's cracked up to be,
Yeah.
and you miss the simple pleasures. And being here, I see that because you got books, you have
I've got books,
Blu-rays.
Mark.
This is definitely not an upside down M, by the the way.
No, that's
a
W. That is a.
I came over here and just to make a statement. You're like, I'm gonna turn Ellis into Wario.
Oh, we should have put it upside down for Mark.
Yeah,
Damn
that
it.
would have been smart.
Damn it.
I'll
Yeah.
put
Put that
that
W
better
upside
next
down
time.
back
We'll
to
do it. We'll do it next time.
Do that next time
Yeah.
We'll
next
fix it
time
in
I'm around
post.
these
You wanna do a
parts.
cut?
Yeah, we'll cut it. Yeah.
I could live in this apartment complex.
It's
Yeah?
very nice. It's really close to work. It's
How's
very
the
convenient.
airplanes? Because you live right near
Um,
Burbank Airport.
Honestly, we've been doing this show the whole time. We haven't heard it once, which
Really?
is nice. But when we're not doing, because that was like my concern. Like, fuck, am I gonna be able to hear that shit during the show?
Yeah.
But no, never hear it. But
It'd be my concern that I hear that the other 23 hours of my existence.
Oh,
As
yeah.
long
I
as
mean,
the Wanger show's okay. Though.
yeah,
all
that's
matters.
fine for an hour and a half every Monday a week. As long as I don't hear it, I'm fine. But I do hear it, and it kind of scares the shit out of me sometimes. Like I hear just like this,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
and then it goes down. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And there's like I feel like I'm on a helicopter path because helicopters always right over me,
Always, yeah.
always right over me.
I think that's every place in Southern California. Because like the
Probably.
first 3 apartments I lived in Southern California, I was like, man, do I just move under a helipad? What's going on? And then it happens everywhere I live, and it's like, oh, there's a lot of crime.
Yes, yes.
There's a lot of police
yeah.
helicopters. There's a lot of news helicopters.
When I lived in Pasadena, I was in kind of a rougher area. There was always a what do you call it? Cop helicopter. Always a
Cop bird.
Don't they call it a bird? Don't they call it a bird?
Yeah, you can just say a bird.
Helibird?
Well, I guess you can't really just say a bird. You can be
Yeah,
like, oh, it's a
it's a
fucking
bird.
pigeon? Okay,
Yeah.
I understand.
You got to be a special kind of cop.
Yeah.
To be like, hey man, there's a bird around this morning, and the other guy's like, was it a robin, a cart? No, it was a helicopter.
It's a helicopter,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah. So, but it doesn't bother me. Like I grew up. My grandpa, when he would like watch me, he would take me out to LAX and like watch the planes fly off because
Yeah.
like
that's nice.
he loved aviation and he loved all of that stuff. So
Nice.
It's a nice bonding experience.
he had like a you know what's funny
And
because
then
like
Grandpa would drive back, and
then
then
leave me
sure
there.
enough, 8 hours later, Copster found his way back
Yep.
home. It's just
what's really funny though is that like for years he told me he was a pilot. Like and like he told me
just
all
lie
these
to you?
stories. He lied to me.
Oh,
He was
wow.
never a pilot.
Wow.
No, because
Damn.
he would take me out there with like a giant walkie-talkie, and we'd hear. This is like before 2000. This is before 9/11. We can like hear the freaking tower like talking to the airplanes and stuff. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh fuck, cool. This is cool. They're all coordinating with each other. And then like 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, yeah, like when did Grandpa stop being a pilot? He was like, and my dad's like, he was never a pilot. I'm like, what? He was never
Your
a pilot.
whole life is a lie.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'm
He said
stealing
he
that
flew.
line.
Man.
Oh man,
that's
a
terrible.
good one though.
yeah.
I mean-
My niece and nephews are gonna think that Uncle Mark's a pilot. now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Tell on me?
Yeah.
I know, right? Yeah.
I'll own it if you call me out on it.
Yeah. I mean, so whatever, Grandpa.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yes, shit you gotta say? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm gonna call you out, Gramps. I don't call my grandpa Gramps.
He's-
That's like a mean thing.
Cody
to
just
say.
so happened to bring him here today.
He's
he's like,
kinda
well,
right
we
here
just
behind
happen to have
this
your
curtain.
grandfather.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The
Here's what
crowd
happened,
boos.
okay?
Yeah, I got something to say to the fake pilot.
We got so into it, I forgot to do the housekeeping. So normally every single week,
Fuck, we were supposed to lead off the show with
I
that.
totally just remind everyone just to make sure that they're still listening because nobody watches. The
Yeah,
show.
we get this far down the rabbit hole.
It's
Yeah.
too late.
We don't know if you're
Everyone's
still
already
here.
checked out. But we are on Patreon, so please, if you want to join us on Patreon, top of the description right there, hit that link, join us. You can see some extra content
Get cool
with
shit.
Ellis before, and we get some extra. We just put out a video today. You might like this. It's called Wanger Drive-Through, where basically me, Cody, and Brian take a nice little trip to a fast food establishment.
Yeah.
All mic'd up. There's a camera on us,
Listening.
and we just have a fun little conversation on the way there, and then we order our
You would
food.
think it would be like 5 minutes. It was a disaster.
It was like 12
It was
minutes.
a beautiful disaster of,
Yes.
of a experience.
We basically we get in line, we go to In-N-Out because we figured, okay, that's the longest we'll be in a drive-through. We can get enough content because I'd
Right,
like to have
right.
more footage than I can,
What are you aiming for though? How much time are you aiming for these?
I
'Cause
mean-
that could be 60. That could be.
Oh,
an
it could
episode.
be.
right? In and out.
Could
we
be
were
a
in
very
that
long.
line for like 20
I'm
or
actually
30
a little
minutes.
offended
Yeah.
that I was invited to this over the fast food one. Now.
Well, when we do our Taco Bell episode or Bell episode,
Bell. Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Bells and Whistles, the episode title.
Good job.
What if
No?
What if you guys went to the Bell and I was like, "Hey guys, sorry I can't make it tonight." You're like, "It's okay, we'll get you next time." And you filmed it, and I was working the drive-through at the Bell, and I was like,
Hey, can I take your
I was
order?
like, "Hey, can you guys not post that bit,
we
please?"
like blur the face.
We could, and we can modulate the voice a little bit too.
Just say it's an employee. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
somebody I work with.
Parentheses,
Yeah.
definitely not Mark Ellis.
Yeah. So we have that.
It's a
You
good
guys
video.
can check it
It's
out.
really funny.
It was like originally like 30 minutes, and I cut it down to like 12.
Yeah.
So
It's an
Yeah.
adventure.
I didn't want to leave everything in there. So check it out. That'll also be in the link in the description. This week, we've got a new commentary track. We do commentary tracks on this show
Of cinema.
of
Yeah.
cinema and
Motion pictures.
One movie like that should go down in the history of cinema that we did, the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Hillary Duff.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
No,
It's
because
what dreams are made of.
Oh, you beat me by a second.
Yes.
I just felt like, why is that a line in the movie or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like
It's
the
not
song.
just a line; it's a lyric.
Oh
Mark.
yeah.
I just had confusing feelings about that movie because it was a TV show first, right?
It was. Yes.
And I was like too old to like be into the TV show, but I'm not gonna go to the movie by myself.
Yeah.
Watch the Lizzie McGuire movie, and then I think like the next week she started dating one of the guys from Nickelback or something like
Oh,
that.
Oh
man.
no.
Ooh.
What one of those bands?
Yeah.
And
I think it was Good Charlotte actually.
It was
Maybe.
Good Charlotte.
Yeah.
Even
And
worse.
then she now she's with a hockey fella, I believe.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, she is.
Well, good
She's
for
doing
her.
very well.
The
for
lady's
herself.
like a hockey fella.
Yeah.
You know?
They got missing teeth, beards.
Yeah.
They got the beards during playoffs. Do they do that still?
Is there
it's
still a
playoffs
hockey
right
player
now. I don't
without a
think they do
beard?
beards.
They do playoff beards.
They do
They
year
still.
mostly
round.
have beards, right? Yeah.
Yeah, hockey players are the coolest.
Yeah.
I,
They're always trying
uh,
to give pucks to people. Oh, so nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Every Ducks game I've ever been to, they're always giving the pucks to kids.
you privileged white
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Go to
I
the-
never got a puck.
Go to the
okay?
Kings game, you get something else.
Don't you have like tickets to the Ducks all the time?
No, my old boss had like
Oh,
season
okay.
tickets.
Let's say
Like
you took
fucking,
me to a game
right
one
on the
time.
ice.
Yeah.
Too. It was nice.
I went to an LA Kings game one time, and I got to go under the stadium, like the secret bar they have afterwards. It's like celebrities hanging out and like me, and then they had all the players who feel like a beer after the game go there, and they're all hockey players,
Beat
so
the
they
fuck
all
up.
feel like a beer after the game, and they're just sitting there like shooting the shit. Like the LA Kings got their ass kicked that night, but they were just sitting around having fun, drinking, and it's so funny making a hockey player laugh because it's like, hey, I'm making a normal person laugh, then they start laughing, and then you see like no teeth, and you're like, oh my god, it's a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, they go through the ringer.
Yeah.
I feel like hockey's very like. As I've grown up, my brother got really, really into hockey for some reason, and my entire family, they started getting into hockey as well. And we were never a hockey family. We were always football and baseball, and then soccer, if you guys want to count
I always
that.
feel like hockey is a faster-paced version of soccer. That's how
Yeah,
I
it
always
kind of is.
view it.
Dare I say
Like,
more
you know.
exciting?
I was
Dare I
gonna
say
go there
more
as well.
exciting?
I would. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you add in the fights as opposed to everyone
Yeah.
falling over and faking a fucking injury.
They're
That's
faking it, but like you hear a term playoff hockey bandied around, and you never hear playoff soccer. You hear World Cup.
Yeah, that's.
I'll
Exciting.
watch the World Cup.
Yeah, I love the World Cup.
But the one that was in was it the one in Brazil or the
Yes,
one
when
in
they have the
Vuvuzelas?
Dude, that was like
Couldn't do it.
That was like my introduction to the World Cup too. That was like
Yeah.
my first time watching and keeping up with it. I'm like, fuck, these fucking things are the
What
worst.
the first match of the World Cup that year was like there's like some sound guys like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
It's like, is this every year? Is this what you guys do?
over here?
I've heard so much about this World Cup, and here you got these
Swarm of
gazebos
bees.
friggin' flying off.
Yeah, it's fun to watch soccer and a biblical plague take over the stadium, and that's all you had for every game. It was like that.
Yeah. That's the worst. They retconned that pretty quickly though, huh? They stopped doing that after a while. I
Really?
mean, after that,
Not-
do they
no,
still
not-
do it?
I thought it.
Well,
No, I mean that
The
year.
World Cup
Besides that
changes-
year,
yeah.
changes venues.
I know
Yeah.
that, but
So-
they don't bring that shit back,
No,
do
I
they?
don't think so.
I mean, I would hope not, but
No.
you know, I don't want to offend anybody's culture.
I
but
think the best
you don't
thing
see
that
me bringing electric guitars into stadiums.
he
It's
should
just
though.
one note.
I think the only good thing that come out of that is Makuga and Elliot Dewberry doing that at the Schmodown
Bring
Live
that to
event.
Schmodown.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
If I had, there was one memorable thing about that night was those two.
Yeah, I'll
They
let
were
like
so fucking
one
funny.
vuvuzela.
Yes,
Per
just one.
And the name of it's great.
Yeah.
Vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
You fan of Pokemon?
I was gonna say female body part.
Okay, that's
We're
that.
We went
looking
the Pokemon
for-
route.
That
Female
works too.
body part.
That works too.
Yeah. No, I
So-
did not care about Pokemon at all.
No,
Ah.
that's fine.
No,
one's
because
perfect.
those they like started. What did they start out as trading cards or like the collectible game kind
started
of
out
cards?
as
I
the
believe it was
games
the video
first.
game first.
Yes.
And then they did
Okay,
trading cards.
because I remember like the cards being sold next to Magic the Gathering,
Yeah.
and I was going for Magic the Gathering,
Gathering,
every time.
Yeah, I think it was in Japan like a whole 2 years before it came to
Yeah.
the States.
Everything.
Eh,
And
well,
I don't know if
that's
that
very
was true of millennials, but as a Gen whatever, everything came out in Japan
First.
a year before. Like you would always hear rumors of like some kids' parents went to Japan and they're like, they have Super Mario 9 there already.
Oh,
and
We're
we'd be
only
like,
on
what?
2.
Yeah.
We got Super Mario 3. I got to play Super Mario 3 early because one of my friends, just their parents went to Japan at the right time, came back with a Super Mario Brothers 3 cartridge. No, how they got it through customs.
It's like $10
It's like
probably.
3 months before it came out in America. And the way it came out in America was it was introduced in a movie called The Wizard, starring what the Wonder Years is Fred Savage.
Yes.
And we
I
all
remember
went to
that.
go see The Wizard for like some kid's nine-year-old birthday party. We all went to the theater, which must have been a goddamn nightmare for the dad who had to take us. Right?
Oh,
He's
he
got
bet
a
he- I bet he
car
was
full of
hot,
kids.
too.
Just oh my god, yeah, he was not a hot dad.
No?
he was more the insurance adjuster.
Oh
dad.
no.
just
Oh,
it just a
hating
bunch
everything.
of kids
It
running
was a
around the
Knott's
mall.
Berry Farm dad, not a Disneyland.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
He could not have cared less about actually watching us. Like I think 11 kids went into the theater. I think 4 made it home. And he drops us off in the theater. We're watching The Wizard, and it's this movie about this kid who goes across the country and he's playing video games. And then he wants to win this video game tournament that's in California. And they get to the finals. It's like the final scene. And it's like him, and then the host is like, they're gonna play a brand new game, and like the crowd's going nuts. And we're in the theater like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna play. And he says Super Mario Brothers 3. And as soon as he holds the 3 up, we as collectively as kids went, what the fuck?
That doesn't even exist.
Yeah, then we saw Raccoon Mario on screen. We're like, is this real? We ran out of the theater. We got Nintendo Power. We're reading up on this game that's coming out. It's not going to be in America for another 6 months or whatever.
Wow.
I missed that.
I missed
Unbelievable.
Nintendo Power. I missed that.
I read Game Informer a lot.
I had that one.
I had Game Informer
Yeah.
for
I
the
liked
longest
Electronic Gaming Monthly.
time. Ooh.
Never mind. That's the one I had.
EGM.
I had EGM. Yeah, I didn't
EGM.
have
It's
good stuff.
I just remember like seeing what a brand new game was going to be like for the first time and not reading about it on the internet and anticipating it so much. It's just like, yeah, this game is coming out in a few months. It's going to be cool. Like,
Seeing like the screenshots and like the graphics are always the big thing for us. Like, man, those graphics are awesome.
Yeah.
And then you hope the gameplay is good.
Yeah.
Right.
And now it's just such a different world. Like, video games are so hard to be good at now. And it's just so disappointing. Like, if you master anything about a video game, you can go online. And, like, I know that there's people out there that are better at most things than me, but I don't have to invite them into my home on a daily basis.
Right.
To watch somebody be so much better at a video game that I put my heart and soul into.
Frustrating.
It's just got to be. Like, I kind of like to remind the kids out there these days that you're nothing, you're never going to be anything.
It's very true.
If
This
I
doesn't
was-
mean anything. It's a little snipe that you just did. All right.
If I was a kid, I would be. I think I'd find it pretty tough to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very true.
Understand that.
It's funny how it's switched. Back, it used to be lame to play video games. Now it's like, oh, you're lame if you're not good at this game.
The coolest thing, and I just wish it had hit at the right time for me because as you guys know, I'm the world's greatest Tetris player
I've heard
in the
yes.
Game Boy division,
Yeah.
and there's nobody who's even in the same league as me. And it's adorable when people are like on Twitter, like, "Hey, Mark, I'm pretty good. We got to play each other." I'm like, you don't deserve the
To
time
even
it
talk
took
to me right
my
now.
eyeballs to look at these characters you laid in front of me.
Do you still just bust out the old Game Boy and play that, or do
Got
you
the
have
old
like,
Game Boy.
Do you have like
DSP is what
new?
you got there?
They got a red SP.
Do you have like
She's a little
any-
beat up, but she runs like a top.
Do you have any like apps on your phone, like Tetris apps, game apps, or anything?
Is it
like
only
that?
the SP that you play? Do you do any like arcade or phone?
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Did you guys not hear?
Okay. All
I
right.
should have thought
said
before I
I'm
asked
the
that.
world's greatest Tetris player.
Okay.
Game
Yeah.
All
Boy
right.
division.
I feel like we ruined what we had going.
Yeah.
I played
And,
Game Boy Tetris. And then people
change
try to
the
throw, "Hey, I have
subject.
Tetris on my phone. You want to play right now?" I don't play phone Tetris. Phone Tetris.
There's no fucking buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be playing a game and get in the heat of the moment and then the Ford credit calls me because maybe I'm a couple months late on a payment.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I play Game Boy where I can't get interrupted.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah. No ads.
Understood.
Ad free.
Yeah.
I want to eventually start reading off some Patreon questions. We
Oh,
have
yeah, we did that.
Some Patreon exclusive questions they can ask. Sometimes they call.
Okay.
They actually call into the show, but we don't got a sound guy.
We don't
so
got Brian here today.
Not gonna figure that out.
No, I hope is Beardo still in New York?
Yes.
He is flying out as we speak right now. He's
Okay.
probably there actually right now.
Okay,
He,
I'd like to issue an apology to Beardo then.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Because I could not get him Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I
no.
wanted to talk about
Oh,
this because
no.
this was like his.
Sorry.
It's really funny because out of all the people to make like a Make-A-Wish Foundation type of post, it was Brian, and it was like, oh
What
my
was his
god, like
post?
he made a really nice post on Instagram about how several years ago he went to Saturday Night Live. He waited.
Oh God,
he-
Can I pull this up?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. I hope he didn't tag me in it.
Brian,
Please
Mark,
reply
please?
to Mark Ellis live.
And
Oh,
how it was his first time in New York. He was a big SNL. Like he started off like when I was a kid. My dad and I would watch SNL together, and it was like a traditional thing. It's his favorite television show of all time. It's his favorite thing ever. He always loves talking about it. And he went to New York to wait in the line. And he had the choice of doing the dress rehearsal or the actual show. He said, "Screw it, I'm going to go for the show." He was literally like they were taking like 14 people, and he was like the 15th. Like they cut it off right in front of
Oh,
him.
my gosh.
So he waited in line for over a day. I think he said like
Yeah, he
over-
slept.
He
slept
slept
there.
overnight.
They brought him towels and not towels, blankets and
Oh,
pillows
they-
from the hotel.
Yeah, they took the from his hotel, and he didn't get in, so it kind of like broke his heart. So he's hoping that this time around he's able to get in.
Damn. Well, okay, so I'm on his Instagram. Follow. And did he get in? Oh no, he was
Get that out of the way.
standby.
Yeah, we'll find out
That
this
picture
weekend.
of him is so sad too. He's just holding up the ticket to the
yeah,
camera.
he
just
has his standby
That failed.
ticket.
Yeah,
Still.
no, I saw.
He brought it
So
on the
you know,
show.
Yeah.
he texted me and he was like, "Hey, do you have any way to get me in?" And I was like, "It's kind of a hot ticket."
Yeah.
You know? But I was like, "Look, I'll text my buds and see if they're able to." But I wasn't able to. But the thing is, I told him like, "Hey, I'll let you know by the next day one way or another, and I didn't let him know.
Oh yeah.
Which I figure he knows that, like, if I
Yeah.
didn't text him within 24 hours, like, I can't do it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't want him being like, Saturday at 2 p.m. It's any minute now.
Yeah.
That text had come in. So sorry, Beardo.
It's also
Yeah.
like the hottest like ticket of the season too. It's
Yeah,
Donald
that was
Yeah,
the
Donald
that was the
Glover.
issue. You got
Glover.
Donald
Yeah.
Glover and Cardi B, and that's
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
hot
But-
seller.
So if anybody else out there knows anybody,
Yeah.
or if you believe in a higher power, pray for Beardo. Might work.
Hashtag pray for beard.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yes. I hope he
Hot
gets it.
Beardos of Disneyland. Is there a Beards of Disneyland?
Oh,
There
there's
should
gotta
be.
Yeah.
I'd fucking be on the top of that list.
Yeah.
Just because the
I'd
beard.
look at the pictures and be sad.
It's okay.
Cody just like making his Christmas list, and I want that beard. And I want that beard.
Please just get me
If
one
you
of
want to
them.
see Cody with the beard, one of his brother. He's got a brother that's got it. Kind of like
Yeah,
a
my
nice
brother does
scruff.
I
have
met
pretty
Cody
good
with a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At your wedding.
The old wedding. Man.
I believe
Old
we
wedding.
called him Cody with a beard.
Yeah.
Probably
At your
did.
wedding. Yeah. Hey, Cody with a
Uh,
beard. You want another beer? How about original Cody?
Now, see, we kept it kind of a surprise, so nobody knew that you were going to be on.
Okay.
Also, I didn't know if it was confirmed or not, so I didn't want to flat out. I didn't want to pull and we got this person on, and then they weren't on.
I believe I bailed on a screening to be here tonight.
Did you really?
wow.
I didn't know.
Oh,
Until
shit.
I just when I picked up my phone, I got a text from Christian. It's like, "Am I saving you a seat?" And I'm like, "I think that indicates a script." I can't imagine what the movie is.
What could it have been?
It
coming
ain't
out this
Deadpool
weekend.
2.
No.
Oh, shit,
No.
Make sure it's not Deadpool 2.
I
if
would
you
feel
missed
really
Deadpool
bad.
2 for this
I don't
show.
think so. I think we would know about it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think,
I
there'd be
think
a lot
I
of
did
talk
see
around the
people start
office.
leaving, but I thought they were just.
Yeah, it's probably like Tully or Overboard or something like that.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I,
you know what? It's Tully. Yeah. They got a review
Okay.
scheduled for tomorrow.
all right. Well,
review it.
I didn't see the.
What the hell is
you go.
Tully, by the way?
Charlize Theron, Jason Reitman.
Oh yeah, you fucked up. Man.
Yeah, I like young adult.
I liked Young Adult.
You know?
I like that quite. And the other one he did, the depressing young.
Up in the air?
No, the men,
Up in the Air
women,
is
and
great.
children one.
Oh yeah. Men
I actually.
Yeah, where Adam
Jason,
Sandler is addicted to porn.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of like that one too.
Yeah,
it was
it was
really
good.
dark and sad. But
Nothing's Up in the Air. I mean, Up in the Air is my favorite.
I haven't seen it.
Dude, it's great.
I know. I've heard great
It's
things.
fantastic.
You know who else is fantastic? Cameron Schofield
Heyo.
Big fan of Cam.
on Patreon who asked. My question is for Cody specifically, but I
excuse me,
think you
yes.
can chime
Yeah,
in
this-
on this. I definitely cannot. Thoughts on how the Bucks did at the draft? I think Vita Vea is a steal at number 12.
Yep. It's a very large man.
I think
the
Vita
defensive
Vea is a
tackle that they
made-up
drafted.
word.
No, I think
it's-
it's a shortened version of his actual name. His actual name is super long.
Okay.
But
He made it.
he's the defensive tackle. They're gonna have him up next to McCoy, which I'm okay with. I wanted them to go secondary. I wanted them to get a corner or a safety, but they went the defensive tackle route, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I
He's a
mean,
big dude.
You think the defense is what they had to
They
focus
got
on there?
they got a lot of problems, Mark.
They really do. But
Yeah.
the defense seemed pretty stout. I like McCoy a lot. He's
yeah,
a stud.
McCoy's great.
Yeah, Redskins focused heavily on defense as well,
Mm-hmm.
and we also got a running back
Mm.
who I don't know if you pronounce his name Guice or maybe Goose. I don't know,
It's
but
like
I think it's
GUI.
Guice.
Is it like a
Guice. But yeah,
Guice.
he's a stud starting running back
Interesting.
right out of the gate.
It was really funny
16-0.
to hear this go because it was on Thursday of last week, the draft.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone, it was Cody, our boss Mark Fernandez, Roca, Riley. I think Christian might have chimed in too. Like everyone was talking about the
Yeah.
draft.
I had a live stream up on my computer.
Yeah,
while I
like
was doing
like
other
all
shit.
this is
Yeah.
going on, and I lean over. I'm like, this is what it's like for Game of Thrones fans, like that read the books just to have a
Yeah.
nice conversation with each
Yeah.
other. Because like
Yeah.
I'm aware of football, I know the rules, I played it for a while, but I don't keep up with it. I don't know
I was
everyone's
like-
names
He
or
was
anything.
like deep in the middle of editing. I was like, hey, just to let you know, the Browns just drafted Baker Mayfield. It's a
I'm
pretty
like,
fucking big deal.
Who the hell is Mayfield? I have
That's
no idea.
So funny.
I'm so disconnected to it
Yeah.
from it. From all, I feel bad. Like
Not
I
enough
want to.
storylines for you.
Not enough storylines. I need Mayfield to betray Vita Vea.
He's got to hit
with
someone
his
with a
fucking
steel
belt.
chair. He's
Yeah,
just got to
exactly.
hit Saquon Barkley with the steel chair.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going, this is my number one pick. Yeah.
He took the Gatorade cooler
Right.
onto the field. You can't do that.
He spit in the cooler. Water boy.
That's
Okay.
good.
All right. All right.
We saw the Water Boy in college, and like leaving that theater was like, well, guys, Some Like It Hot has some competition
Yeah.
because that's the best comedy ever made.
It's very true. I love Waterboy.
movie.
I miss old Adam Sandler. Who-bity do?
I don't think you're getting him back, but
No, I don't think so.
That'd be too weird. He's like too old now.
how's that
Yeah.
Chris Rock movie?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one it just came out on
Oh
Netflix.
yeah, with
It's
they're
like him
dads or something like that.
and his daughter is marrying Rock's son. and zaniness ensues.
Oh,
But apparently it's got a little more of like a heartfelt tinge to it.
Okay.
But still a lot of like Sandler, like, hey, why is Steve Buscemi the plumber? You know, kind of stuff.
Oh, I can see that. I saw Chris Rock's comedy special on Netflix is really good.
Yeah.
Really, really freaking
He's
good.
better at that.
Yes, yeah, very true. Samantha Leon.
Why is Rob Schneider playing a Cuban guy? This is weird.
Samantha Leon Mendoza. She's a regular commenter. She says, she's kind of a long one, but this will pertain to you as well. She says, "Hi,
It's a lot of hype for this question.
It's a
Get
good one.
fucking
It's a
ready,
very
dude.
good one.
This summer.
And with the first question of the second question of the Wanger's post. Go
You're
ahead.
gonna be a great dad."
Samantha Mendoza
Hi.
says.
She says, "Hi, I don't want horror movie. I don't like horror movies because I get scared very easily, and I just don't like the feeling of being scared. Although they are not technically horror, I did, however, love watching It and The Quiet Place. What are some other horror thrillers that you would recommend that you think I will enjoy? Also." She says, "My 6-year-old daughter is obsessed with horror films. She always asks to get any horror movie she sees the trailer for. She just wants to watch them. Should I be worried? No, you should not be worried. You should be
say
very proud."
Either you have the coolest kid ever or you have the Antichrist. You
That's
gotta
very
deal with
true.
something here. Call a priest.
No, I mean,
But,
I watched horror films
Yeah. Start speaking in Latin.
fairly young, and I'm fine.
Just imagine Cody's like the exterminator you call. Like he just shows up to the house and he's like talking to her. He's like, well, it could be any number of things, ma'am. You could have a really cool kid. You could have the Antichrist.
Yeah,
so
it's one or the other.
What
There's
we're
a
gonna
middle
do?
ground there.
Or are they one and the same?
I got to order a part that's going to be here next week, and that's what that does is that the Antichrist has a pH level that it gives off, so I'm going to need to measure that.
Yes.
No, I think that's awesome, and I am with Samantha because I get very scared watching horror movies.
Really?
I just tend to enjoy it.
Yes.
I like it. I like the thrill of it. It's like riding a roller coaster. It does the same thing to everybody.
Yeah.
It's just that some people take that as a fun feeling, and other people take that as a feeling of absolute dread.
Yeah.
And I think it's fun.
It's like a mixture of both. I think the dread is the fun part of it.
But A Quiet Place is a little different. And the litmus test for me is Makuga. I think he was gonna try to see it.
I overheard him over the weekend saying he was gonna try to see it this weekend.
I
Yeah.
think he can do that one.
I think he'll be fine.
Because
do that
it's more suspenseful.
Yeah.
Like he was literally whimpering like a frightened dog during a thunderstorm
Yeah.
when I sat next to him watching it.
yeah.
So I look at it as more like the traditional horror movie with like a scary clown, but the antagonist, if you want to call it that, in the A Quiet Place is a little bit of a different animal.
Yeah.
But he probably got really freaked out at Signs too, like I did.
Ooh.
You know.
Signs
call.
is freaky
Good
as
call.
hell. I wouldn't
Yeah.
recommend Signs because you might get creeped out. I would actually
Your
recommend.
daughter's gonna love it.
Very much so. What's on Netflix right now? I think The Gift.
Oh,
with,
you took mine. I was
Son
gonna
of a-
say
did
that.
it?
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry.
Joel Edgerton one.
I'm sorry. Gift's really good.
Yeah.
And that's like a whoa. And any David Fincher movie, honestly, any David
Yeah.
Fincher thriller you would like.
I watched The Social Network on the plane.
That's a crazy thriller.
Love that.
coming
movie.
back. Yeah, You're just
Terrifying.
waiting for that
Oh.
kid. That movie just kind of ends.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a minute. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, no, it's really good, but
Yeah.
it's like I like the Fincher movies and whatever the other one you said was.
The Gift.
The Gift.
Oh,
Joel
yeah.
Edgerton and Rebecca Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Joel Edgerton in everybody is Joel Edgerton in The Gift
Mm,
when they go on Instagram
yes.
because they're mad at somebody in high school who was cooler than them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well I'm at the Infinity War premiere. What does your lady think of me now?"
Exactly. I think Beardo asked a question. I heard Beardo was
Can
frightened
Alex
after.
get me in SNL?
I think he said, I heard Beardo was frightened after that Carlos guy called him out on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And now he won't show his stupid face anymore. Is there any truth to that? Absolutely. So last week,
Yeah, we got to give some context here. for Mark.
a fan called in. And he had just joined our Patreon. And
Just so he can call in for this.
just so he
moment.
can call in. And he had tweeted to Beardo about.
Beardo didn't like A Quiet Place.
Yes,
So the
there
fan
you
was
go.
like, I don't. He's like, what did he say? He's like, you confuse me, is what he said to Beardo. And Beardo replied, you annoy me.
Oh,
And just like
wow.
that. So the fan was like, what the fuck? So he
Yeah,
called in
just-
and said, like, what's your problem?
Oh, so they just had
straight
it out.
up hashed it out.
Do we feel like, as more observers of the situation, do you guys feel like they left the conversation closer together or further apart?
I think he's still a Patreon supporter.
That's very true.
I think he supports us.
So,
I don't know if he
yes.
supports Beardo.
I mean, if there's 3 of us, 2 out of 3, that's still a nice little percentage, I guess.
Is Beardo's taste in movies questionable? Is that fair?
God, it's
tough
so
to gauge, man.
Like-
It's like
he's one of those people. He walks into the theater and you just don't know what person's coming out of
like
that.
I'll
movie
like a
theater.
movie and I'll start to think about it and I get scared because I don't. I like assume Brian's gonna hate it.
Yeah.
I'm like, ah.
Did he like? I'm trying to think of some controversial movies. Did he? Did he like The Last Jedi?
No.
No, he
And
didn't.
he loved Mother, if you recall.
Mother was his
Mother was the one
right.
that
his
he
favorite
loved.
movies.
Yeah.
Right. Remember that?
I remember thinking he was gonna hate that, and I was like, dude, you're not gonna like this movie. And he came out loving it. I felt like
Which
an
is
idiot.
so weird, because it's like the most blatant, like, here's everything on a plate for you.
It's a tough one.
But-
It's a tough one.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting, but it's a nice little dichotomy between all of us, because it's like we have pretty similar tastes.
Yeah.
But Brian, it's like that's like the outlier.
He's just Pluto. He's just
Yes.
off on another.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could be on the same page about something, and then like he
Well,
comes
yeah,
in.
it makes for a good show.
It
Yeah.
does, because he's like the voice of reason almost. Not to say that we're not voices of reason. He'll come and he's like, well, why? Like he will nitpick and question every single thing about a movie.
And make
Yeah.
a good point. We're like, fuck.
Yeah,
that's a good
I
point.
fucking hate when
Damn
he makes
it.
a good point.
Yeah.
I'm like
I enjoyed that movie. I don't know if I like it anymore.
not gonna, if he watches it or not. Like every time he makes a good point, I'll always try to be like, yeah, but if it's something, and he'll be like, oh, okay, well, all
yeah,
right.
it feels
And
like a personal
and I'm
victory.
like,
He's good at doing that in conversation.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
he's good at doing that. It's like, well, then I went to Wake Forest and I majored in communications. That's when I decided I wanted to be a comic. And then he's like, but you never thought about like healing people? and I'm like, I don't know. Did I waste my life? Like, there's multiple times when I don't be a Beardo interview where I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
yeah. It's not so much the okay. So how many drugs have you done?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not that bad, but never don't be a Beardo. Let's do one more from our good friend Maris. Maris is
Hey,
like
Maris.
is like the best. Like she always comments and calls in.
All right, I'll give you guys $5 right here. Give you guys $5. You can tell me how many home runs Roger Maris hit to break the record.
I believe it's 61.
63.
I think
Cody
it's 60
Hall.
or 61.
Oh,
Wins $5.
son of a bitch. Schmodown.
Sports.
Damn it.
Schmodown.
$5.
Hashtag Schmodown.
61, huh?
61
Wow.
in
There's the movie. I
1961.
remember the movie was they made a movie about it. And it was
61.
called
Yeah,
61.
kind of. Yeah, I got to write Billy Crystal. Hey, Crystal, you owe me $5.
Maris, well, a different Maris. She asked, Maris, why you ask so many questions? What do you think is going to happen with YouTube in 5 years from now? Do you think copyrights are going to get stricter? Do you think YouTube will no longer be free to watch? Will there be another website that takes over, etc.? That's actually a really great question, because it's like the future of us, I guess. I don't know if it'll be around.
It's not the future of us. Stop thinking like
I'm
that.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's
Way to be a beardo, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Easy.
YouTube is a very reliable
You
platform.
couldn't figure that out either, okay?
All this stuff, it's like comedy clubs. It's like
Yeah.
if you get too locked into any one comedy club, then you just become that. And so you gotta like you gotta. And I'm not saying you have to like do a bunch of like all the social media things. I'm not saying everybody's got to get a Vivo account, but like you just have to be aware that there's other stuff out there and just be ready to always shift.
Adapt to it.
But
yeah.
YouTube, like you can look at it one of two ways. Like YouTube's been around to survive that like 5-year kind of window that a lot of these social media sites have. But YouTube's become this beast, and I think that it's starting to establish itself along the lines of like more of like a Google or even an Apple, where it's like it's gonna be here.
Yeah,
for a while
it's
now.
the search engine, and I think it's going to stay. But
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of not going anywhere if people just go away from it.
I can
Yeah.
see another one like showing up and people like, oh, this one's so much better, and then like it kind of like still being YouTube in the background. And
But
then people
again,
eventually
like-
going back to it.
It's like Jurassic Park. You can build the park, but it doesn't mean it's going to work. And the same shit's just going to happen over and over again. Life finds a way.
So like YouTube crashes and then it gets rebuilt in 20 years.
And then everyone starts getting copyrighted. It's fine for a couple years, and
Yeah.
everyone's on the same page. And then after a while, it just goes to shit.
Yeah. We'll find a talent finds a way.
Ooh.
So
That's
Hot
a nice touch
dads.
to it. Yeah.
hot
Find a way.
dads find a way.
I think that might be the title of this. Hot Dads. at
Hot
Disneyland.
dads with Mark Ellis.
It's a Disneyland.
Usually our titles are very like intentionally clickbaity.
Yeah.
It's like what was last week's?
Last week
like,
was Cody Hall and Tom Holland fight at an Infinity War premiere.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So it's
remember
like
that one.
obscure shit, or it's like Ryan Johnson.
What was the
hates-
genesis of that? Was that literally just for clicks,
Yeah, I think
or
like,
was it like
the first one was like a Batman Justice League one. Like just
Yeah. I
making
remember
fun
that
of,
one.
Like every single like
Yeah.
video on YouTube ever, and it was just
I like the
Yeah.
premise of me coming on as a character that's like, you know how they have like fashion experts on red carpets?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I want to be the hot dads at Disneyland expert. They come on and I'm like, you see what he's doing with you, because you can see a little bit of belly button right there, and that is in this summer at Disneyland. Dads want to show off their fanny packs are not in this summer.
the shorts are a little bit above the knees,
Yeah.
just a little bit though,
Ooh.
not more than 2 inches.
We don't want to
exactly.
see your tan lines. Tan before you get to Disneyland.
I might try to have to Photoshop Photoshop you with like a kid in front of you and you in a shirt.
Please
that's a good
do.
idea.
I might have to try
With
to do
that
it.
face.
Yeah,
Just
just-
Please do. Yeah.
But the best was like a few weeks ago we did a title with Ryan Johnson and something to do with the
It
Last
said,
Jedi.
"Stop crying about Ryan Johnson and
Yes.
move on with your lives."
And literally,
So good.
we had more comments than we have ever had,
Yeah.
and it was people who like just read the comment and they just left. Then they read the title and they left a comment. They didn't
Yeah.
even watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's like that just proved our point.
It's almost yeah.
yeah. It just like I don't care if they like continue and watch the show, but like you dummy, you just saw the title and you angrily texted something.
It's so funny how because people are willing to have conversations about Star Wars just like they always were, but now if you want to have a conversation with somebody about Star Wars, it's kind of like asking your dad to go outside and play catch with you.
Oh,
it's like, ugh,
yeah,
fine. Like he's gonna do it, but you have to beg and plead, and then once you get out there, it's just like normal. But then you get them warmed up, but
Yep.
it's harder to get past that line now.
Which is why we talk about hot dads on Instagram and occasionally penises.
Everyone can, bond with these topics.
Very,
Where
very
was the-
much.
Yeah.
Did we hit penis?
No, I said occasionally.
Oh,
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
I was gonna say, did we?
First time on the
It
show.
wasn't
we do,
today's occasion.
We
We
didn't.
weren't
Cody
supposed to have the
usually
penis talk for
does
anybody,
his show
but-
with his dick just
Yeah,
on the table.
It's very
so.
inappropriate. We gotta
Hey.
blur it out every time. Yeah, it's tough.
All right. Well, thank you for.
You're welcome.
For not doing that.
We're not
today.
doing that.
That's
yes.
more of a Patreon tier than a normal
Exactly.
show.
Hey, we got a lot of tiers to work on.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
that being said, thank you so much for joining us here on the
Oh, we
Wanger
did
Show.
it.
We
We
did
did
it. That's gonna cap off the
regular
YouTube
show.
portion.
All right.
Got a couple more minutes extra. If you're cool with it, call me crazy. If
I
you're
am.
cool,
I even have a tease that we could do for
exclusive.
people to join the Patreon.
Oh,
please.
Because something's gonna get gifted
Oh,
to Cody besides his $5.
Okay. Yes.
To Cody and
it's already a
Copster
good day for me.
once we get to the Patreon. So
All right.
you got to join the Patreon to find out.
If you want to see that exclusive thing that Ellis is gonna give us a gift for, or something, or just
There it
like
is.
give us high five.
What if that gives us like a shit ton of Patreon supporters? They just want to see what the gift was.
You
and
might
they
have to be an
bail out.
official Wanger and join us,
Yeah.
and we have to give you some of that cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
There you go.
I think I've earned it.
So join us on Patreon if you want to find out next what happens. Subscribe to SK Plus. If you're listening to us on iTunes, what's up?
How's it going?
Check us out there. Subscribe to us. Check out all the other shows on SK Plus. And hey, follow Mark Ellis on Twitter at Mark Ellis Live. Check
Thank
out for show dates, show times.
Yeah.
You're going to be at the
Get there. Get there.
you're going to be at the Comedy Store this weekend. No,
No, it's good. It's good.
New York? No.
Good go to.
Oregon.
Got dates coming up in New York.
Oh, I
Damn
remember
it.
that one. Okay,
Yeah.
I got that right.
So
Delaware.
June, I'm in New York and Connecticut. So
Yeah.
Connecticut.
tickets for that, markelslive.com.
Boom. Check it out. He's very very funny comedic. Comedic?
Very, all right,
I thought you were
take
going
your
to say
time.
very
Jesus.
cocky
You're
and
very
funny.
comedic and you're a very funny comic.
Thank you.
There we go. That works.
Seen him a couple times. How many times have you seen him?
Once.
Damn it. Okay, you did see him once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you want to get me to say no?
Yeah,
or
I was
zero,
always
and
like,
then-
you haven't
Cody.
seen him.
like,
Like,
fuck you, Cody.
who have
Yeah.
all of us hasn't seen
Yeah.
him?
The way you started out the show like a dad, Cody closed it like a dad.
That's
It's
very
like, we saw Mark and Jordan.
Yeah.
We'll not be going back.
Great time.
Yes. So the music should be playing right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we already did the thing?
Sure, why not?
All right.
It's going to be so hard to guess where it was. I'm just going to put it at some point
Okay.
and just have it keep going. So the music's
Now we're just going to bob our head.
Yeah,
Probably
and
just a
then
little
does it end? Like, do we have to stop talking? Because it bothers me when people don't stop talking in time for the end of movie talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not as professional.
Seems to be a. I think you're doing a pretty dang good
We're
job.
okay. Yeah. Sometimes I like to end the episode on like a little like a little joke and then it cuts to black. But or sometimes like it's like the ending of Batman Begins where he hands him the Joker card where it's like fuck I want to see what happens next.
Post credit scene.
Yeah. But we don't do that.
Sorry.
And then we go into the
There
show.
it is.
Kinda
That's how we
something
do
like
it
that.
right there.
Something
Yeah.
like
So
that.
so
Little
we already
pause.
did it.
I really
Yeah.
hope that matches up perfectly.
probably doesn't
It's
at all.
probably. I'll find a spot. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna
Yeah.
be fine.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. So
All
this
right.
is the exclusive, extra couple more minutes left on Patreon.
Okay.
And-
Let's get into the dark stuff, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Well, I
really
promised a
sad.
gift.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Happy things.
And I just did it to get more patrons. I have nothing for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, understood.
No.
Understood.
There's a bag back there. You guys already know what it is, but I think it's a fun reveal. You guys each get a pair of these
Oh,
they were
I
sent to
do.
me.
I
Oh.
do know these.
to wear at the solo premiere.
Yes.
It's good
I'm
stuff.
so excited.
All right.
Now
These are-
I don't. I have like maybe
Coors Light
one.
socks for audio only.
I've got like
listeners.
maybe
Coors
one.
Light socks.
One suit.
Mhm.
Just like one suit. I don't
I
have,
have
like
one
multiple suits.
jacket. I have one suit jacket.
So
I
you
need
gotta
to
get a
some
suit.
pants.
You gotta get
Yeah.
a suit.
Mm.
And I've got socks. You know, I've got like Ninja Turtle socks.
I
Those
mean,
are cool.
here's
I've got
the-
Tasmanian Devil socks. They're cool,
Yes,
but-
ideally, if you guys
Thank
can
you.
look nice,
Yeah.
you don't have to wear the socks to the solo premiere.
Can I wear my Vans?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, ideally, you look nice and dapper. It's your first, kind of big premiere like this. But same situation. Infinity War, Star Wars, same situation. I went to the Pirates Dead Men Tell No Tales premiere, and I was literally in basketball shorts, shoes, and a hoodie because I didn't care. They let me in.
Yeah.
You gotta take it.
There's no dress code.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Gotta look a little dapper if you want to. But
Yeah.
are we taking a limo?
I
I don't want to take a limo.
I mean, we can.
Tradition.
I just want to walk there.
Like on our side of the hill, I know Ken is going. I know I'm going probably. Cody, Cobster. So we can do a little side. Let's just take like a nice Uber.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Well,
Take a
Uber
nice
XLs,
Uber.
Let's do it.
Pop a couple dingers before.
I don't drink before
No.
Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to go in sober, and then
Fair
there's going to
enough.
be an after party where you can get
But you guys will
blackout.
go. We won't get invited.
we'll have
They're
to
like,
get
you
invited to that.
find a way home, kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people got into that Avengers post
They just
premiere
kind of
party.
snuck in.
Yeah.
It's not like the parties at Comic-Con where we just get left into the dust. There was like a good
A lot
solid
of rough
year.
nights last year,
Like,
Mark.
oh my god, did we ever tell you about me and Cody's fight?
Oh, we hated each other one night.
Oh my god, me and
but
Cody
no,
almost fucking
like,
fought each
Christian
other.
and I had a good. I think last year was the first time we didn't fight each other. But Christian and I had a good run of like just getting into like a knock. Then afterwards, 5 minutes later, we're fine. We're
Yeah.
better than ever. But it's like you have to have that fight.
The elevator
So what
ride
happened?
up to his room was
shit.
the fucking most awkward
What night?
thing.
Dead
night?
silence. It was,
This was
Friday or
third.
Saturday.
Yeah, we were pretty knee deep into it.
Yeah.
And
we both had a really long day. It was
Long
Friday
day.
night. It was Friday night.
It was Friday. It was a long day. We originally planned on shooting a Wanger show over there, like by the beach or something like that, or just we had one camera and just a couple of mics, and we'd have a conversation about what's going on at Comic-Con. And then we originally tried to get into a party.
Figure we'd still do the show afterwards.
Yeah, like we were gonna go for a few minutes.
Yeah.
There was definitely no strong communication with Brian.
Who was not with us at the time.
Not with
He
us.
was across the city.
Across the city. I think he was with RB3 and Ace.
He was.
And we were like, okay, we're going to go here for a little bit. But I think he just assumed that we weren't going to do it. So he ended up going all the way back to the hotel room to go to sleep because he's like a grandpa.
It all started with us being mad at Brian.
Very true.
That's the moral of the story.
And then,
You're mad at Brian for bailing early.
Yes.
And we
So
both
you
got
guys-
mad at each other for little things and just escalated.
Yeah,
and
but
it
like
was
where we
just-
wanted to eat, where we
Yeah.
wanted to fucking drink, and,
Yeah.
and then we just stormed, like we were walking far apart. Frank
Yeah.
was there, and Adam. They're like, Adam's just like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's just like, what's going on? And then Frank's just
you
like,
guys want to get some food?
Frank's just like, no.
Frank
no.
wanted to go to bed so bad.
Yeah.
Adam
wasn't
would be
great.
my favorite fight breaker upper of all time.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I can just be like, now, you two guys, I understand there's been some difficulty. There's been some issues. I would like to see, I think a handshake's in order.
Yeah.
You guys aren't the only two people here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Everyone else wants to have a great time.
Now put aside your differences
All
and suck it up.
Hug it out.
Yeah, hug it up.
Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah.
There is some conflict here.
Yeah. So, and eventually,
best.
and the
I love
worst was
Adam.
that I had to go all the way up to his hotel room
To get his equipment.
to get my equipment to take. So we're like, it was just the two, me and him
We
in the
dropped
elevator.
Frank off.
And then that's when I apologize. I'm like,
It was
sorry.
a
look.
dead quiet
I think I tried to
elevator
make
ride.
like one little joke, like, oh, we're
was like,
stupid.
yeah,
huh?
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
it's fine.
And then we showed up the next morning. I'm just like, we're just drinking coffee. We're like,
Yeah.
hey, so
So
about last
Saturday,
night.
huh? Yeah.
One time.
Then we got hammered the next night. And
And it
all
was
good.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and we
get
were
some
off.
dingers, some
Yeah.
oak sodas, you're fine.
Yeah.
One time, Christian and I were walking from like I think we were trying to get to Hall H, and it was when like we had like one contact at Hall H. It was like gonna meet us at this time. If we didn't get there, it was me, Christian, and Ken, and we started in like A for whatever reason. So we were walking all the way over there, and I decided that we're all walking together, and I decided I'm gonna take the outside route, and Christian and Ken stayed inside. And I remember Christian just like getting mad at me for not walking with him and Ken. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just go this way because I think it might be faster. Like I'm gonna go my own path here.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
being so mad, and then I go out, and then I'm looking in. We're kind of walking at the same like pace, and looking in to see like this mouth going. I'm like, he's just berating me to Ken right now. Like I know every time his
fucking
mouth
guy,
moves,
Ellis.
it's a new insult about Ellis. And so walk in, we have our confrontation, then we're fine. We
Yeah.
enjoy Hall H together.
Yeah, shit happens, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, when you work with someone for so long, of course, there's gonna be a moment where you want to fucking kill. I'm sure he wants
Yeah.
to kill me like every day.
Yeah,
every day.
I was
Every
listening
single
day.
to.
Real problem.
It's very dangerous when friends in real life start doing a an endeavor together.
Yeah.
I was listening to Jason Alexander play George on Seinfeld.
Yes,
He was talking to Mark Maron, and he was like, people get like disappointed when he says that him, Jerry, Julia, and Michael, they don't see each other a lot. Like they never. And he's like, but that's the way it was on the show too. It's like we would work together, and then we never went out socially. And it's like that's kind of the healthy way to do it.
It makes
like
sense.
you go to work, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Shit happens.
It happens, man.
Yeah. So I'm saying is I can't be friends with you.
Oh no.
This is the last time we're gonna hang out together.
Enjoy
guys.
the socks.
All right.
Okay. It's look at it as a parting gift.
Can't even enjoy the presence of ours because the battery or there's no more
We're out of
memory
room on
left
the
in that
card.
camera.
Oh shit, we're legit.
So are we recording now?
We're still on.
We're still recording audio.
but we can
Okay.
like just stop.
Yeah. What would you do? How do you get the video? Would you put pictures
No,
over
I
it?
put like a Wanger show title card up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not
Well,
losing the entire show.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
It's
we're good.
Probably better than your and my pudgy bodies in that weird camera frame, and Cody
I
just
mean, you
sitting
guys
here
talk
like.
about that. I look so much smaller in this chair. I look so much tinier with that lens and this angle. It's
You look like a
stark
sexy
contrast.
fuckable dad at
Oh, you stop
Disneyland.
it.
That's
oh,
what you look
stop
like.
it. Oh man, hashtag that shit.